Yesterday we finished this sutta called the King of the Dharma. Today we are going to take a look at one of the pretty well-known suttas, worshipping the 6 directions. Thus have I heard, on one occasion, the Blessed One was dwelling at Rajagaha, at the bamboo grove in the squirrel's sanctuary. Then Sigalaka, the householder's son, having got up early and gone out of Rajagaha, was paying homage with wet cloths and hair with joined palms to the different directions, to the east, to the south, the west, the north, the nadir, and the zenith. And the Blessed One, having risen early and dressed, took his robe and bowl and went to Rajagaha for alms. And seeing Sigalaka paying homage to the different directions, he said, "Householder's son, why have you got up early to pay homage to the different directions?" So, where is the nadir and the zenith? Let's take a look. So nadir seems to point to the bottom, and the zenith, okay. And zenith seems to point to the highest point, so upwards. Yeah, so all direction east, south, west, north, and then the nadir bottom and the zenith upwards. These are the 6 directions. This is okay. So the Buddha walked around and noticed Sigalaka paying homage to this 6 direction, and then asked him a question. Why do you get up early to pay homage to these 6 different directions? Okay, Sister Saikem, would you like to continue?
Venerable Sir, my father, when he was dying, told me to do so. And so, out of respect for my father's words, which I revere, honor, and hold sacred, I have got up early to pay homage in this way to the 6 directions. But householder's son, that is not the right way to pay homage to the 6 directions, according to the Noble One's disciple. Well, Venerable Sir, how should one pay homage to the 6 directions, according to the Noble One's disciple? It would be great, it would be good if the Blessed One would teach me the proper way to pay homage to the 6 directions, according to the Noble One's disciple. Then listen and attend carefully. Householder's son, I will speak. Yes, Venerable Sir, Sigalaka said. The Blessed One said this.
Okay, thanks, Sister Saikem. So after the Buddha asked the question, this Sigalaka answered, my father told him to do so, and out of respect, out of tradition, he continues the ritual. And then the Buddha add on that this is not exactly the correct way to worship the 6 directions according to Noble One's disciple. And then the Sigalaka got curious. Oh, this is not the correct way. Oh, please teach me. What is the correct way, Venerable Sir? Sister Akim, would you like to continue?
And how, householder's son, does the noble disciple protect the 6 directions? These 6 things are to be regarded as the 6 directions. The east denotes mother and father. The south denotes teachers. The west denotes wife and children. The north denotes friends and companions. The nadir denotes servants, workers, and helpers. The zenith denotes ascetics and Brahmins.
Okay, thanks, Sister Akim. Okay, so here the Buddha starts to specify This direction refer to these groups of people. Next one, Sister Chai-Kwan, would you like to continue?
There are 5 ways in which a son should minister to his mother and father as the Eastern direction. He should think, having been supported by them, I will support them. I will perform their duties for them. I will keep up the family tradition. I will be worthy of my heritage. After my parents' death, I will distribute gifts on their behalf. And there are 5 ways in which the parents, so ministered to by their son as the Eastern direction, will reciprocate. They will restrain him from evil, support him in doing good, teach him some skill, find him a suitable wife, and in due time hand over his inheritance to him. In this way, the Eastern direction is covered, making it at peace and free from fear. Thank you.
Thanks, Sister Chai-Kwan. So the Buddha starts with the Eastern direction here. The Eastern directions, here the Buddha referred to the mother and the father. And how should one think of the father and the mother? And this is the lines. Having been supported by them, we support them back, perform the duties of them, keep up the family tradition, be worthy of heritage, and distribute gifts on their behalves. Yeah. This one is similar to how we transfer merits, when we donate something and then we think of our parents or, yeah. So this is distributing gifts on their behalves. These lines are how, if you do the lines highlighted in yellow, this one is how the parents will reciprocate. They will restrain him from evil, support him in doing good, all the wholesome stuff, teach him some skill, find him a suitable wife. These are all the results that he could achieve if he do the one highlighted in yellow. Next one is the Billy, would you like to read?
There are 5 ways in which pupils should minister to their teachers as the southern direction: by rising to greet them, by waiting on them, by being attentive, by serving them, by mastering the skills they teach. And there are 5 ways in which their teachers, thus ministered to by their pupils as the southern direction, will reciprocate. They will give thorough instruction, make sure they have grasped what they should have duly grasped, give them a thorough grounding in all skills, recommend them to their friends and colleagues, and provide them with security in all directions. In this way, the southern direction is covered, making it at peace and free from fear.
Okay, thanks, Sister Billy. Okay, this paragraph, the southern direction is covered. In which we reference to the teachers in the southern direction. So how should we treat our teachers? Here is the guidelines. Rising to greet him, to greet them. Yeah, this is similar to how in class, when the teachers walk in, we have to rise. Yeah? At least that's what I did. What we did during my high school time. In uni, no one do this anymore. The professor walks in, he just starts the class. Waiting on them, being attentive by serving them, mastering the skills they teach. This is what we should do with regards to our teacher. If we do this, here, this is how the teacher from the southern direction will reciprocate. Yeah. They will give instruction, make sure they have grasped what they should have grasped, thorough bending skill. Recommend them to friends and colleagues. Yeah, recommend the students. Provide them with security in all directions. Okay, next one, Sister Xinghui, would you like to read?
There are 5 ways in which a husband should minister to his wife as the Western direction: by honoring her, by not disparaging her, by not being unfaithful to her, by giving authority to her, by providing her with adornments. And there are 5 ways in which a wife, thus ministered to by her husband as the Western direction, will reciprocate: by properly organizing her work, by being kind to the servants, by not being unfaithful, by protecting stores, and by being skillful and diligent in all she has to do. In this way, the Western direction is covered, making it at peace and free from fear.
Thanks, Sister Xinghui. Okay, this one with regards to the wife as the Western direction. How should we treat her? Honoring her, not disparaging her, not being unfaithful to her, giving authority to her, providing her with adornments. In the modern context, I wonder if the Buddha will add, give credit cards to her. Okay, just kidding, just a joke. And this is how the wife will reciprocate. By properly organizing her work, being kind to the servant, not being unfaithful, protecting stores, being skillful and diligent in all she has to do. Okay, next one, Sister Julian, would you like to read?
Thanks, brother. There are 5 ways in which a man should minister to his friends and companions as the northern direction: by gifts, by kindly words, by looking after their welfare, by treating them like himself, and by keeping his word. And there are 5 ways in which friends and companions, thus ministered to by a man as the northern direction, will reciprocate: by looking after him when he is inattentive, by looking after his property when he is inattentive, by being a refuge when he's afraid, by not deserting him when he's in trouble, and by showing concern for his children. In this way, the northern direction is covered, making it at peace and free from fear.
Okay, thanks, Sister Julian. This time, friends and companions as the northern directions. This is what we should do with regards to friends. Give a kindly words, looking after their welfare, treating them like himself, and by keeping his word. This is how they will reciprocate. The one highlighted in orange. This by not deserting him when he is in trouble, being a refuge when he's afraid, give a listening ear. Okay, next 132. Let me take a look. Okay. There are 5 ways in which a master should minister to his servants and workers as the nadir: by arranging their work according to their strength, by supplying them with food and wages, by looking after them when they are ill, by sharing special delicacies with them and letting them off work at the right time. And there are 5 ways in which servants and workers, thus ministered to by their master, as the nadir will reciprocate. They will get up before him, go to bed after him, take only what they are given, do their work properly, and be bearers of his praise and good repute. In this way, the nadir is covered, making it at peace and free from fear. Okay, from personal experience, I have a helper who comes weekly to help to clean the whole unit. So yeah, I some of this I actually do. Supplying them with food and wages, yeah, of course. There's a compensation. And the second one that I frequently do by sharing special delicacies with them. So occasionally on some days I bought some cakes, cream puffs, and then or snacks, and then just share it with her. Yeah. And also I treat them like as a friend. I talk to her, and I ask her how she is, and ask her how her family is. So now we are actually like friends whenever she visits. Well, in return, this does not really happen because it comes at a certain time, but this is given. Of course, he only takes what's only given, but she also do her work properly. Yeah. So this is from personal experience. Does seem to work. And this is how we should treat our servants as the nurture direction. Last one, Sister Saikyang, would you like to close this sutta?
Okay, thank you. There are 5 ways in which a man should minister to ascetics and Brahmins as the zenith: by kindness in bodily deed, speech, and thought, by keeping open house for them, and by supplying their bodily needs. And the ascetics and Brahmins, thus ministered to by him as the zenith, will reciprocate in 5 ways. They will restrain him from evil, encourage him to do good, be benevolently compassionate towards him, teach him what he has not heard, and point out to him the way to heaven. In this way, the zenith is covered, making it at peace and free from fear. From Digha Nikaya 31, Sigalaka Sutta. Thank you.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, thanks, Saikyang. Okay, this is the last direction. What is the last direction? The zenith, yeah, with reference to ascetics and Brahmins. How should we treat them? By kindness in bodily deed, speech, and thought. Wait, oops, sorry. By keeping open house for them. So, keeping open house for them, I'm not sure what it exactly means. Probably to invite them to your house and providing them lunch dana, maybe. And supplying their bodily needs. So this one we can dana, like I see a lot of people dana soaps, and all the household stuff, tissues, or you can also give, dana ropes. Yeah. In BL, I know yearly they organize the ropes dana. Yeah, you can participate in that too. And this is how they would reciprocate. They will restrain him from evil, encourage him to do good, be benevolently compassionate toward him, teach him the Dhamma, and point out to him the way to heaven. So that's it for this sutta. Notice this is taken from Digha Nikaya 31. And after number 1 and 2, after a few numbers in the early, and then some parts are cut. And then we skip directly to 20 something. Let's go back a little bit. So here, this is the part where it's cut, where the bhikkhu body use ... to show where it's cut. So we go directly to number 27 to read the parts about these 6 directions. Any questions or comments for this sutta?
I felt that especially in today's modern world, the friends part are very relevant to a couple as well, because the husband and wife needs to go to work. So it's kind of like change the relationship a little bit. But when I read the friends portion, I find it so relevant to husband and wife that they have to like treat each other more like not like really each other take care when it's inattentive to something. You need to take care when the other person is inattentive to something. Yeah, it's just like protecting each other whenever somebody is doing something, looking out for the blind spot. Yeah, so I feel that becomes so much reality to a couple, even for a friend and companion. Yeah, so that's quite, yeah. And the key I learned is that the key part he said in every of his part is to make sure you create peace and to remove fear of whoever that you meet. I think that's still the key, whoever that we meet, if we can help them to make peace and remove fear, no matter who we are with. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing, Sister Jolene. Yes, that's a good observation. For me, I think this sutta shows one of the skillful qualities of the Buddha, which, when giving a teaching, the Buddha, in Toastmasters, we call this know your audience. So the Buddha noticed Sigalaka worshipping the 6 directions, and the Buddha used whatever he's doing to teach the Dharma so that Sigalaka can relate the most. Yeah. Anyone else would like to add something?
And as we were reading this, I found that the wordings are very easy to understand. So as we are going through, I'm like, wow, this one very good. I should share it with my son later. How to be a good son, how to be a good student, how to be a good friend. Yeah, so of course we have to reciprocate it ourselves as well. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's good. Show your son. Read it to your son, or ask him to read it. Did he read this paragraph? How to treat your parents?
Xinghui, you know what's going to happen? Your son's going to ask you back, Mommy, you never do this. Oh, Mommy. Always reciprocating.
But that's good. Then you can tell him, okay, let's do this together. Very good. Good sutta for the parents. Okay, anyone else would like to add? If not, the sister simply like to do the closing dedication.
愿消三障出烦恼，愿得智慧真明了。我愿罪障悉消除，世世常行菩萨道。阿弥陀佛。
Till we meet again, may we be guided by the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Have a directed Monday ahead. And happy Vesak Day. Is it still Vesak today? Or just yesterday? I mean, it's public holiday anyway.
In Toronto timing, they're still having their Vesak.
Yeah, Sister Shomi is there. Yeah. So happy Vesak Day to Sister Shomi. But I'm not sure they celebrate, Canada celebrate Vesak. Probably not. Okay, thanks everyone. I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.